Okay, so you're scrolling online, right? And you see that used car that checks all the boxes. The pictures look great, the price seems right, maybe even a little too good to be true, you know?
Oh, I know that feeling. Like, what's the catch? What are they not telling me?
Exactly. And that's where today's deep dive comes in. You send us info about an intriguing warranty, the Parkway Promise, and we're digging in. We're going to see if it lives up to the hype.
Smart move, because warranties can be tricky, especially with used cars.
No doubt. So we're focusing on Parkway, Wilmington, in North Carolina. Their website, it's interesting. They sell new Volvos, Subarus, and Hyundais, but they've got a whole separate section for used cars, too.
That's a pretty wide range of brands for one dealership. It kind of suggests they're confident in the quality of their used inventory, don't you think?
That's a good point. And maybe that's where the Parkway Promise comes in, right? On the surface, it sounds almost too good to be true. Lifetime coverage for major powertrain components. We're talking engine, transmission, even the drive axle. They're even offering like a $100 towing reimbursement if you need it towed for a covered repair.
Lifetime coverage. See, that phrase right there, that's marketing gold. But you got to remember, warranties are like those terms and conditions we scroll past online. The real story, it's always in the fine print. And those two words, limited lifetime, well, they're doing a lot of work.
Because nothing in life is truly free, especially in the used car world. So what kind of strings are attached to this Parkway Promise? What's the catch?
Well, first off, not every used car on their lot qualifies. To be eligible, the car has to be 8 model years old or newer and have less than 60,000 miles on it.
So they're really going after those almost new used cars, the ones that statistically are less likely to have major powertrain issues in the first place.
Exactly. It's calculated. They're banking on those cars not needing major work, which makes offering a lifetime warranty a whole lot less risky from a business perspective.
Right. So they get to promote this enticing warranty, attract buyers, and chances are they're not going to be shelling out for a ton of major repairs.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there's more to it than just the age and mileage of the car.
Oh, absolutely. You're thinking like a pro. Let's talk about the exclusions, because that's where it gets interesting. They've got a whole list of vehicles that are excluded from this Parkway Promise.
All right, hit us with the fine print. What are they trying to avoid covering?
Anything with 10 cylinders or more is out. So if you were eyeing that used Dodge Viper, no dice. Heavy-duty trucks, think 1 ton or bigger, those are out too. And anything that doesn't run on good old-fashioned gasoline or diesel is off the table. So no electric, no hybrid, no vintage diesel Mercedes for you.
So they're really trying to steer clear of those vehicles that have a higher chance of needing expensive repairs.
Bingo. 10-cylinder engines, heavy-duty trucks, even electric and hybrid vehicles, those repair bills can get scary fast. By excluding them, Parkway is basically drawing a line. They're saying stand behind certain vehicles, but only within these specific boundaries. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, totally. From a business perspective, it's smart. But let's be real, no one wants to feel like they're being tricked. So we need to unpack these exclusions a bit more, understand what they really tell us about Parkway's strategy here.
Absolutely, and that's where the real insights come in. This Parkway Promise, as appealing as it sounds initially, it actually reveals a lot about how dealerships are adapting to the changing used car market.
All right, listeners, buckle up. We're going beyond the surface. We're going to figure out what this warranty really means for you, the buyer. All right, so we've uncovered that this limited lifetime powertrain warranty, this Parkway Promise, it not exactly as all-encompassing as it might have sounded at first. We talked about those age restrictions, mileage limits, and even some types of vehicles that don't qualify at all. But we're not done yet, are we? There's more to uncover, right?
You're right. There's always more to the story. Like, they also exclude any vehicle that's been modified after it left the factory. So think aftermarket performance parts, custom exhaust systems, that kind of thing.
So if I, say, decided to soup up my used car from Parkway, slapped on a turbocharger, and then the engine blows up, I probably shouldn't expect them to cover that, right?
Exactly. Modifications, they can really impact a car's reliability, makes it tricky to pinpoint what caused a problem. So they're drawing a clear line in the sand. They'll cover the car as it was when it left the factory, but anything beyond that, that's on you.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? Protects them from having to foot the bill for someone else's, shall we say, enhancements.
Right. They want to avoid those enhancements. And unsurprisingly, anything that's been salvaged or used commercially is also a no-go.
Again, managing their risk, right?
Yeah.
A salvaged car could have all sorts of hidden problems. And commercial vehicles, well, they just go through a lot more wear and tear.
You got it. They're trying to avoid those headaches. And to top it all off, they have this catch-all exclusion, a certain makes and models, and they clarify that includes anything rare, limited production, customized, or exotic.
Okay, so let's set the scene. I roll up to Parkway of Wilmington in, I don't know, my lovingly restored 1960s Ferrari, hoping to trade it in for something a little more practical.
Based on this exclusion, they're probably not going to be too eager to offer me the Parkway promise, are they?
Not a chance. Those
Lovely.
kinds of cars, they're amazing, don't get me wrong, but they often require specialized parts, niche mechanics. The maintenance and repair costs are on another level. It's understandable why that would fall outside their risk tolerance.
Totally. But we've gone through the eligibility, the exclusions. What does it all mean? Why should someone listening right now care about the fine print of this Parkway promise? It's not just about this one dealership or this one warranty. This is about bigger trends in the used car market. We're seeing dealerships adapt, trying to appeal to buyers who are, let's face it, more than a little wary of the risks involved.
It's about offering that extra bit of security, that sense of, okay, I'm not completely on my own if something goes wrong.
Exactly. And dealerships are picking up on that, offering a limited lifetime powertrain warranty. Even with its limitations, it's a way to attract buyers and potentially even get a higher price.
Because everyone wants a little peace of mind, especially with a purchase as big as a used car. But there's another layer to this, isn't there? By setting these very specific parameters, Parkway is, in a way, shaping the used car market in their favor.
Now, that is an insightful observation. They're saying, we'll stand behind these types of cars, but not those. It subtly influences how people perceive what a reliable used car is.
It's like they're creating their own little ecosystem, right? Within the larger used car market, it's play by our rules, choose a car that fits our criteria, and we'll give you this feeling of security.
And that message resonates, especially for buyers who value peace of mind above everything else.
It's all making sense now. So for our listeners out there, if you're thinking about buying a used car, especially from Parkway of Wilmington, or a dealership with a similar warranty, here's what you need to keep in mind. So we were talking about those potential bumps in the road with the Parkway promise, specifically that whole only covers the powertrain thing. For those of us who don't speak mechanic, and let's be honest, that probably most of us, what does that actually mean? Break it down for us.
Yeah, good point. It's a biggie. The powertrain, it's like the heart and muscles of your car, right? The engine, transmission, drive axle, the big stuff. But what it doesn't cover is everything else. Electrical system, air conditioning, suspension, those are on you.
So it's kind of like you've got peace of mind for those big, scary breakdowns, but the smaller things could still add up.
Exactly. Imagine having insurance for a hurricane, but not a hailstorm. Both can do damage, but they're covered differently. With a limited warranty like this one, gotta factor in those potential costs.
Realistic expectations, right?
Yeah.
That's key. No warranty's perfect, and this one's no different. But zooming out a bit, how does this Parkway promise stack up against, industry standards? Are they breaking new ground, or are these limited warranties becoming more common?
It's a little of both, honestly. See, a while back, offering any lifetime warranty on a used car, that was almost unheard of. But the market changes. Now, we're seeing more dealerships offering limited powertrain warranties, especially for those newer, lower mileage used cars.
Trying to hit that sweet spot, right? In the buyer's mind, too. Just enough reassurance to get them to sign on the dotted line?
Exactly. It's good business. But here's the thing. Even if more places are doing it, not all these warranties are created equal. Some might have different terms, different mileage limits, stricter exclusions. It's all over the place.
So just because you see that phrase lifetime coverage doesn't mean you're comparing apples to apples. Got to dig into the details, right?
Absolutely. Shop around, compare, ask the tough questions. How does Parkway stack up against their competition? Any hidden fees? Any weird stipulations? The more you know, the better off you'll be.
Knowledge is power, as they say. It sounds like the takeaway here is to be informed. Don't just jump at the first shiny offer, right? Research, understand the good and the bad, and then decide if the Parkway promise or any other warranty truly fits your needs and your budget.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The used car market. It can feel overwhelming, right? But with the right info and a good dose of healthy skepticism, you can navigate it and come out on top.
And maybe even find yourself behind the wheel of that dream car, warranty in hand, ready for a road trip.
No, that's what I call a happy ending.
It definitely is. This deep dive has taken us everywhere. We've talked marketing tricks, decoded the fine print, even pondered the future of the whole used car market.
Goes to show you, even something as, seemingly simple as a warranty It can open up a whole world of questions and ideas.
And that's what we're all about here on the Deep Dive. We want you to take these insights, use them when you're out there car shopping, and most importantly, never stop being curious. Who knows what other fascinating topics we'll uncover together. Until next time, keep those engines running smoothly.